ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Welcome to Janani Trust Bangalore. I hope everyone doing good. To get a good information related to competitive examinations, what you have to do? Please subscribe this channel to get continuous information related to your competitive examinations. For your success, please don't forget to press the bell icon and keep supporting us through your likes and comments. Once again, welcome back to physics course, learn general science with in detail with Lakshmi. Okay, so in this physics course already we have completed our first chapter, waves. So if you have not yet watched, please go to this channel and find the playlist. There you can find the general science videos. Please go and watch it. This is another chapter what we are going to speak about in this session. What topic we are going to speak about today? Yes, I can give one clue. So can you clap? Can you make a clap? Do you hear anything there? Yes, absolutely right you are. So we are hearing a sound. So on this session we are going to speak about a sound. So what makes a sound and how the sound is propagating, and is sound need a medium, as the sound is a longitudinal wave. What is the speed of sound and the factors affecting the speed of sound? All these contents we are going to speak about in this session. Okay, when we make a clap, we have some kind of experience we come across when we are clapping there. Okay, let's talk about it later. So firstly, you can observe some kind of objects, which appliances we can see at a home. There are mixers and washing machines and many machineries like fans. All the machineries are making sound. We are hearing. So the sound is a sensation of hearing in our ears. So it is one kind of a sensation which among 5 senses of ours, right? Yes. So in our planet, many objects, we humans, birds, animals, in one or other way, they are making sound. They are producing sound. We are able to hear. We can sense it. Right? So what making the sound? What needs to make the sound? Let's come to the topic, production of sound. Production of sound. What needs to make a sound? Now let's come across the activity. While clapping, what we have done, just the movement of the hands, right? Initially our hands were stable, so that means we have some energy in our hands. That energy is potential energy. While we are clapping, there is a movement of the hands. That movement is kinetic energy. So when we clap, there you can observe, you can feel some kind of vibrations in our hand. Okay, if you are not feeling all these things, just clap one more time so that you can experience all these things. So initially it has a potential energy. While making of our hands, you can see that there is a kinetic energy. When you hit, so there is a production of the sound. So there is a energy conversion takes place here. While clapping, the potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, and this kinetic energy is converting into sound energy. So if in a physics we need the conservation of a law. What is conservation of energy? Energy neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be converted into from one form to another. So that is what we are doing now. If we have to produce the sound, we are utilizing the sound. Without utilizing your energy, can you able to make a sound? Whatever the object, if you want to make a sound by scratching, by rubbing, by plucking, so if we have to apply a sound, we have to apply a energy so that we can hear the sound. Minimum point, what we have understood now, to produce the sound, we need the energy. So energy is must and should to produce the sound. Next, what is the next point? Here there was no hands. There is no hands. Where you can apply energy? So there is no objects. Where how you can produce a sound? To produce a sound or else to apply energy, you need some objects to push or pull, to hit or to rub or to plug. So to do all these things, what we need? We need some objects. If you hit on any object, for example, I have a chair, I just hit on the chair, I can produce a sound. But you can experience some kind of vibrations in the pen or else in the table also. In our hands also we have experienced some kind of vibrations, right? So that means to produce a sound, we need the energy, and of course we need a vibrating body to produce a sound. These 2 points are very much clear now. To produce a sound, we need energy initially, and to apply energy, we need a vibrating body. So vibration cause the sound. Vibrations cause the sound. So next come to the propagation of the sound. Okay, we are clear now. We have vibrating body and we have much energy also to produce the sound. Now, how this sound is traveling, how the sound is propagating. Let's see the propagation of the sound. For example, take in this place there are some missionaries. In this place there are some missionaries. Okay, the missionaries are set like vibrating and so that it produces the sound. Okay, so when it producing the sound, there are the listeners. Those listeners has to listen the sound which is producing in this place. So the sound has to travel here to reach that personality, to reach the listener. So do you think all these missionaries are moving there to make that person hear? No. The machine is here in that place where we have fixed it. But the sound which makes by that machine is moving to a listener. How? So that means the vibrations which created by the machine is traveling certain distance so that the listener can able to hear that sound. So how it is traveling now? What is helping our vibrations to travel from one place to another place? All these details regarding this we already discussed in a wave chapter, but here just I will tell briefly. Here, whatever the vibrations made by this machine or set the particles in the atmosphere to oscillate about their mean positions. Because of that oscillations, the energy which created here transferred up to listener, so that's how he can able to hear that sound. Okay, is that clear? Now particles are helping for the energy transformation from one place to another place. Here we have to observe one thing. The particles which are there in the atmosphere are not displaced from one place to other place to travel, but it is helping. It is helping for the energy transformation. So we can conclude the sound is a wave. Yes, it is a wave because the particles are not displaced. Without a particle displacement, only energy is traveling from one place to another place. So this one is clear now. Sound is a wave and sound needs a medium to propagate. So we'll discuss how it needs a medium. So through our experiment. Now just understand this one. Sound needs a medium and the sound is a wave. So it is following some pattern. The wave will follow some pattern to transfer energy. So these particles, when the particles are pushed because of the vibrations created by the machine, start to move forward. It has a very high energy while it is moving forward, so that it creates the zone of compression, because the particles in this region are compressed a lot. This compression is traveled to a listener, and of course this particle has a elasticity because the medium has the elasticity. So that elasticity, it comes back. When it is coming back, that backward motion has a less energy and it creates the one zone called as a rarefactions. So when the particle is going forward, it creates a compression, high pressure zone. When it is coming backward, it creates a rarefaction, it is low pressure zone. A high pressure zone is nothing but number of particles are more and they were compressed. In rarefactions, number of particles were less and they were not compressed as compared to the compressions. So the sound vibrations, the energy is traveling through the series of compressions and rarefactions. So it is clear now. Due to this high pressure and low pressure zones, there is a density variations in the medium. Okay. So we can experience here the pressure variations because low pressure and high pressure regions were created, and as well the density variations also created. We can visualize the propagation of the sound as also propagation of the density variations and pressure variations in the medium. So this is all about the propagation of the sound, how it is traveling from here to here. The pattern is in this way, and the higher regions for compressions and lower regions for rarefactions. Also we can call it as a nodes and antinodes. This is how the sound waves traveled from one place to another place. Now we understood sound needs a medium, so the propagation of the sound is also possible. But can you imagine the same setup on the moon? Of course, we have not been to a moon, but we studied somehow, right? On the moon, we cannot able to hear the sound. What is the reason? What is the reason? Yes, you are right. There was no medium. That means there was no atmosphere. So, energy is there, vibrating body is there on a moon, but still we are not able to hear the sound there. Yes, there was absence of medium, absence of atmosphere. Atmosphere, a medium is very much necessary for the traveling of the sound. Okay. If you are still not able to understand this concept, one more example we can go to understand this more better. So imagine there is a one beaker. So this is the glass beaker. So make sure this glass beaker is closed, and you can attach one electric bell here. Give the electric bell connection to the plug outside. So imagine maybe it was a socket. So it is glass beaker is a vacuum glass beaker, so that there was no air inside it, and make sure it is enclosed with a cork. So when you switched on the plug, so here the electric supply is possible. You are giving electrical energy so that it starts to oscillate. So it's ringing, but we are not able to hear outside because there is a vibrating body, there is energy, but there was no medium. There was no particles inside the glass beaker. There is absence of air. It is a vacuum box. So that's why we are not able to hear the sound. Same way, now on the moon also we cannot able to hear the sound. So sound needs a medium to propagate. We can conclude here the sound is a mechanical wave because sound needs a medium. Okay. Now the particles we have discussed about, the particles are making compressions and rarefactions. That is only causes for the energy transformation from one place to another place. What we have discussed till now. Now, can you observe the particle movement here? Wave propagation in this direction, and the particle movement is also in this direction. So particle movement and wave propagation are both parallel to each other, right? So that means what is the wave it is? What kind of waves are sound waves? Sound waves are longitudinal waves based on the particle movement. Okay. Up to this, are you clear? We have understood the production of the sound and the propagation of the sound. Sound needs a medium. and as well sound as a longitudinal wave. Can you have any doubt as to how the humans are producing a sound? Yes, we humans also have a vibrating body. We have energy, lots of energy, because we are eating lot in a lockdown. So we have lots of energy. Keeping energy aside, we have vibrating body. Can you observe this movement, this portion of your neck? There is a kind of a movement while we are speaking. So that movement is only vibrating portion. So what is that part? What is vibrating there? It is nothing but voice box. In that voice box, we have a vocal cords. The vocal cords are oscillating. They are making vibrations. We are exhaling and inhaling, right? When we are exhaling and inhaling, the air passes through that vocal cords. There is a slit between the voice box, in between the vocal cords, and because of that passage of the air, the vocal cords are said to oscillate and vibrate. Because of that vibrations only, we are producing the sound. Okay? I hope you understood the topic. Next we'll come to the another topic, that is speed of the sound and factors affecting the sound. So do you think the sound has a speed? Yes, of course. I think the sound has a speed. How we can say that the sound has a speed? Of course, the speed is a formula which is distance by time. The distance SI unit is meter and the time SI unit is second. So that the speed SI unit is meters per second. The sound, in a previous example, we come across one kind of example. The sound is traveling certain distance. When it is traveling certain distance, it is taking some time. Whatever we are doing some work, it needs some time, right, to do that work. Of course, to travel the sound from one point to another point, it takes some time. And it also travels certain distance. That's why sound has a speed. Now, is the speed of the sound is constant? It doesn't vary with any medium? Absolutely, we understood that for the propagation of the sound, we need some medium. Sound wave is traveling with a medium. Without medium, there is no sound. In all the mediums, the speed of the sound is constant or it will vary. Let's see now. Consider it is a solid. Consider it is a liquid. And consider it is a gas. Solid, liquid and gas. Of course, in a solid, the particles are packed together. The intermolecular force in the solid is maximum. Intermolecular force is maximum in solid. When come to the liquid, here the particles are not packed so tightly as compared to the solid. Here the particles are little bit apart when compared to the solid. Intermolecular force here also is present, but little bit less. In a gas, the particles are placed very far to each other. The molecular force very less when compared to the solid and liquid. So sound propagation is based on what? Particles. Where you can find the maximum number of particles? In a solid. So absolutely we can conclude here the speed of the sound is maximum in solid. Okay. If you consider the iron, which is a solid, it is the speed of the sound in a maximum room temperature 20 to 24 degree Celsius, it is 5,950 meters per second. In the solid, the speed of the sound is 5,950 meters per second. Now come to the liquid. The particles are less packed as compared to a solid. The speed of the sound is little less compared to the solids. In a water, the speed of the sound is more than 1300 the gases, the speed of the sound generally 332 meters per second at 20 degrees Celsius of the air. Okay. This is how in the solids, liquid, gases, the speed of the sound gets varied. We can define speed of the sound as dynamic propagation. How it is dynamic propagation? Because the speed of the sound is not constant in a solid, and again it is not constant in a liquid, again it is not constant in a gases. It may vary due to some features or some properties in the mediums. Okay. If the medium has certain features, due to that features, the speed of the sound may get disturbed, may get affected. That's why there is some changes always in the speed of the sound. That's why we can call it as a dynamic propagation. Okay. So, what are the factors which affect the speed of the sound? Firstly, temperature, and the next one is density, and third one is humidity, and the next one is pressure, and the next one is wind direction. These are the 5 factors which will affect on the sound. Now, consider the temperature and density at a time. Consider one beaker. The beaker has a liquid. The beaker has a liquid at certain temperature. Maybe at 20 degrees Celsius. It is in a 20 degrees Celsius. We are heating this beaker. That means the temperature is raised to a 200 degrees Celsius. The temperature is raised from 20 to 200 degrees Celsius. When the temperature is raised here, the particles which present in the water are oscillating more. The particles are gained kinetic energy due to rise in the temperature. So, at the time when sound is traveling in that medium, at the time the particles already in the motion. Because of that particle motion, it will help the sound movement. It will help the sound movement. The sound will propagate so easily because already particles are in motion. This kinetic energy will help the sound to propagate more with a more speed. Okay. This is how when temperature got increases and the speed of the sound gets increasing. So the temperature and speed of the sound is directly proportional. Okay. Now come to the density. So as till now we are taken it is a water. Now it is a, consider it is a gas, and with this 2 kgs of a gas. So the gas is fixed mass. It is 2 kgs and this is the volume of the gas. Initially the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. We are heating it. When you are heating up, it reaches to 200 degrees Celsius. As the temperature is rising, the volume of this gas also got increased. The volume of this gas is also gets increased. When the volume gets increasing, the density of this 2 kg mass gets reduced. When temperature increasing, what will happen? The speed of the sound gets increased. But again, what is happening here? Density is reducing with increase in the temperature in air or a gas. At fixed volume, at fixed mass, I am taking fixed mass here. Okay. When the density is decreases, the speed of the sound is also get increasing. Both were indirectly proportional. Okay. When the density increases, speed of the sound decreases. When it is decreasing, the speed of the sound is increasing. Both were indirectly proportional. And next come to the humidity. The humidity concept we can understand when comparing with the seasons. So we have summer, winter and as well monsoon, right? Rainy season. Here the summer and rainy season has a maximum humidity when compared to the winter. Winter is the coolest season, yes of course, but it has a dry air. But which will give a chillness. But in a rainy and summer season has most number of moisture content. Because of that moisture content, more humidity was present. And evaporation is also more in a summer season, and of course in a rainy season evaporation is also maximum, and there we can experiences the rain in the rainy season. Okay, due to that rainy and due to that evaporation and maximum temperature we can find in rainy season and as well as summer. Due to these changes, humidity of the seasons also gets increasing. What is the humidity? Moisture content present in the air. When the moisture content present in the air, the number of particles present in the air also maximum. When number of particles are more, what will happen? The speed of the sound is also more. The humidity is also directly proportional to the humidity. And next come to the pressure. So the pressure is ineffective with the speed of the sound. When there is a pressure variations, it will the pressure variations and the density variations helps to propagate the sound, but it will not affecting on the speed of the sound. The speed of the sound will stay constant with the pressure variations. Pressure became ineffective. Okay, and next, wind direction. For example, I want to move in this direction. So no one is there, I am moving on this direction. Okay, I can move easily. But someone is coming in the same opposite to my direction. At the time, I have to apply a more pressure to go against them. At the time, I have to apply a maximum energy to go against that person. In the same way, wind is blowing in this direction, the sound is coming in this direction, opposite to wind direction. At that time, the sound has to apply more energy to come against the wind direction. At that time, speed of the sound becomes less. So when the speed of the sound comes opposite direction of the opposite in the wind direction, the speed of the sound become decreases. When wind direction is also same and the sound is also traveling in the same direction, I am moving in the same direction, some of the people are also coming with me. So at the times I can go very much easily because someone is helping me to travel. Like that, the sound is also moving in the same direction, in the wind direction, as so like that the sound will travel very much easy and it will reach the destination very much faster. So that's how the speed of the sound becomes increases. The speed of the sound, when it is traveling in the direction of the wind, the speed of the sound gets increases. If it is going opposite to it, the speed of the sound gets decreases. This is all about we have learned here, and let me give one more point here. In the temperature, we understood that in a gas 332 meters per second at 20 degrees Celsius. Here, in a air, for every 1 degree Celsius, there is a rise of 0.6 meters per second in speed of the sound. Keep it in your memory. The speed of the sound when the air is at 0 degree Celsius is 320 meters per second. 320 meters per second. For every 1 degree Celsius, which will give the rise of 0.6 meters per second. If we need to find out the speed of the sound in the air at a 20 degree Celsius, what we have to do? 0 degree Celsius speed of the sound at a 0 degree Celsius plus 0.6 times of 20 degree Celsius. 320 meters per second, which is constant, 0.6 into 20 degree Celsius. 0.6 times 0.6 is 20 times. Here you can get 320 plus 12. So that you can get 332 meters per second. This is how the temperature will affect the speed of the sound. So I hope you understood my session. Please answer the questions what I have given. Please give try to give a maximum right answers in a comment section. I will reply to your answers so that I can understand what's your understanding capability. All these questions I have taken from the important websites as like GK Today, and some of the questions are my own questions also was there. Please support it. Thank